This Wednesday, August 13th, 2008. Today, several Free State Project members have left the relative safety of New Hampshire and come here to the big city. Specifically, here to Fashion Avenue, where they're protesting this conference. Katherine Albrecht of Nashua spearheaded this protest and has led these Free Staters here today. And she is speaking with attendees of the conference as they come in.
For the last 5 years?
No, we're in the middle of it.
All right, well, I've written a book called Spychips. I'd highly recommend you read.
I did.
Okay, well then
most of it incorrect.
So name one single thing in that book that is not correct. Anything.
That the person gets associated with the tag.
Yeah, the data of the person gets associated with
It's
the
the
tag.
potential for that. If I could do it to you right now, if I had a scanner and I scanned your shoe right now, got a unique ID number, I could associate your name with the tag. Just look at it. Well, I can't see your name tag. If I could do that myself.
But it's only the pedigree of the product.
Of what value would that be?
The unique ID number is the problem.
On the tag?
On each of the items.
On each of the items.
What do you do?
Right, there's an individual serial
Social
number.
Security number?
What do you do with the tag?
Can I have your social security number?
There's no social security number attached to the tag.
To do with the
A unique ID number is an identifier
for the product.
For the product. But if the product is my right shoe, and you know that my right shoe has unique ID number 308247.
That's the catch. How do you know that?
We'll talk to NCR. That's their plan.
The database is
Their
all
plan
by.
is to talk about
On the
that.
database,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's the people you want to
Absolutely, but let me tell you this, that if you had the tag in your shoe, even if NCR hadn't captured it, all I have to do is do. And your number is 308247. I put that in a database, share it with all my activist friends, and now we can track it.
My number is not on that tag.
Your number isn't, but a unique ID number.
If there's no problem, then why can't, when we leave the store, have something that will destroy the capability?
The stores will. They're going to decommission the tag.
I need it more than decommissioned. I mean, I need.
They'll physically remove it from the garment.
Okay, I got
Some
number
of the
one,
time
two,
it's
three on
going
my
to be, some people are talking about embedding it so that it would destroy the product in order to get at the tag.
That would be an in-label tag, and we haven't heard anybody that's making that. There's a lot of talk on that, but that costs money to do that, and they're just as
It would be just part of the manufacturing process as opposed to part of the packaging.
But you go home and you take a UPC code off, you take a barcode off, it'd be the same principle.
You know, if I was confident that would always be the case,
that would be work.
I would probably not have a problem. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that that's where they'll leave it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
because you know, it may not be you, but there are people that are interested in the data that will be created around this whole thing. And those people are the people that I don't want to have.
Okay. I am right. Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't want the entry point. This is the entry point that's being created. And that's what we're against.
Okay.
I go after the databases. That's for the product.
Well,
We're going after whoever puts the tag on the shoe and gives it to me.
And why would we want to even get that far? Why would we even want that?
Because it won't do any good to the shoe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, at the highest levels, these guys are in bed together, and it's not that I don't believe in the free market. I do believe in the free market, but there's also a difference between capitalism and corporatism. They're not an interchangeable term. They're not synonyms.
I guess I'm missing. I guess I don't know enough to be worried. I don't know what it is, but
the growth of government is basically about empowering entities that we never get to vote for.
Right.
I mean, you know, the lobbyists write the legislation.
Yes.
And if we pull that power back and we say you only get to protect our rights, you don't get to do this and that and do our health care, do this and you know, that way we can control things. We can take care of our own stuff. We can be left alone.
Yeah. But
we just want to be left alone, and we want others to leave us alone. And we want to leave them alone. We just, you know, until we, you know, start getting in their face or stealing their stuff or raping their wives, that's a crime. That needs to be dealt with.
the security staff is on our side?
Absolutely. In fact, the head of security said to me, kind of in a whisper, he said, "We're going to thank you for this later." I'm Katherine Albrecht. How do you do? Hi there. I'm Katherine Albrecht. It's item level tagging. Unless you want to boycott.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good thanks.
Oh, inside.
He walked by inside with kind of a very frustrated look on his face as he went down the stairs.
What was his name?
Thank you. It's Mark Roberti. He runs the RFID Journal, and he puts on all these conferences. He's kind of the cheerleader for the industry.
Let me ask you a question. So what's the purpose of that?
Way, the RFID is not what you're worried about. You're worried that your government...
It's a brick in the wall.
I think it's much bigger because you're afraid of the license plate, you're afraid of the cell phones, of the credit cards, of banking data, maybe a phone book, I don't know. Everything that links you to a number. If it's RFID, if it's a car, if it's
yeah.
And it's not just the RFID. You're afraid that RFID is gonna be
another data point.
Another technology. Just one of the many
that's being abused.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to slow it down. We want to kind of put the brakes on it.
To say that RFID is the devil. There's plenty of other issues. It's just this is the issue we're dealing with today. Tomorrow it'll be a different one.
That's why I want to reduce the carbon footprint. We're trying to reduce our data footprint. You look at it that way.
And you know what? I would say as individuals, you probably should not have any data in it. And
that would be ideal.
I've got data everywhere. It's like I haven't gotten hurt.
Actually, I'm planning data on the internet so people can find me.
Well, this is the scenario.
Well, here's the corollary of that. I see these advertisements about that people could steal your identity theft, and I'm like, please, someone take my identity, because I don't want one. I don't need one. How about you not be able to identify me? Just leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, unless you opt in. Unless you opt in.
I'm all about voluntary.
Opt in with the wallet, all the things you're in your wallet. You opt in.
All about voluntary.
That's what I volunteer for all that stuff. I mean, I have Hilton Honors, Delta, driver's license, MasterCard, Visa, on and on and on. I've got so many numbers out there. It's like I don't even, but I haven't had any problems. Knock on wood. Wherever the wood is, knock on wood.
And you may not.
I know.
But there could be huge consequences to certain little aspects of that.
There could be.
And it's happening to people. It's not. This isn't pie in the sky.
In mass, or is it happening?
People fall through the cracks.
To where there's one big story about this whole thing, but is it? I don't know how many people have it.
Well, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but just the potential of it is serious enough for me to want to put the brakes on a lot of things. You know what I mean?
You know what? And I appreciate your passion. I appreciate all your passion. I just want you to know what's going on there is not this secret society.
Well, we've already agreed.
This is not the Masons. This is not the Masons society. And
we've already agreed with you. All we're trying to do is maybe put a little thing in your head that if you start putting this stuff in my shoes, there could be a great potential of misuse.
Yep.
But you should change your shirt not from Stop RFID, just with Use RFID, what it's meant to be for.
Modify it wisely.
I mean, I actually, my thing is that I want whatever product it is I buy, I want full control. I paid for this. I want full control over all the features. If it's a car, if it's a cell phone, if it's my shoes with the RFID, I want to know that's in there. I want to be able to disable it on my own, and that is my issue.